You're watching KPVI News at 10. KPVI News at 10. News that works for you.
Good evening and thanks for watching tonight. I'm Kylie Gibson, filling in for Misty Inglett. Our top story tonight. Today, the Pocatello Regional Airport held a training. This training was a mock plane crash that is required every 3 years by the Federal Aviation Administration. I do want to let our viewers know that this was a mock crash and the people you see involved in the crash are actors. On Tuesday morning, the Pocatello Regional Airport held a mock plane crash for training purposes. The mock plane in the scenario was the bus you see here. The crash played out in real time with Idaho State University students participating as actors to simulate the injured, non-injured, and deceased. Emergency crews involved in the training responded as though it was an actual event and worked together to assess the situation.
I think it's super important because it brings in all the partners that would come together in such a situation like this, and it's able to identify if there's any things that need to be changed or added to or modified. We have people here evaluating to see that are not part of the exercise so that they too can give feedback as to what went well, what maybe could be changed, and hopefully come up with a better plan moving forward.
The mock crash played out in real time. Air traffic control was notified that there was a plane crash with engines on fire. They found out how many people were on board and how many gallons of fuel was on board. The airport fire engine that holds 1,500 gallons of water arrived on scene and extinguished the flames. Dispatch then sent the full EMS response from city fire trucks to ambulances and even Life Flight. Crews were then able to assess the state of each victim by a triage tag and get those patients the help that they needed.
So you have your green, which is like your walking wounded, your yellow, which is minor injuries, your red, which is your significant injuries, and then your black or your deceased. And so whenever we come on a mass casualty incidents, the first thing when you have multiple patients is to go through and look at each patient and quickly assess what category they are.
Although this training is required by the FAA, it also helps in training purposes for departments as well.
Well, I think we try to look at the things that we feel like we did well and also where the gaps are, areas maybe that we didn't perform up to our expectations and things that we need to, so we would identify those things and try to come up with strategies to overcome those gaps.
Airport staff say that everyone worked well together during this training.
This drill was very successful. I'm very happy with what I saw. The communication, I believe, was much better than it has been in previous drills over the years, and I think there's some things that we did very, very well. I'm sure there's things we'll find that we need to do better, but we will work on those.
Although this specific training only happens once every 3 years, the fire department says they do training similar to this each year.